the Jedi must end. You know, just in my Yoda robe, because The Last Jedi, yes, this is a spoiler, if you can tell by the title, because, yeah, reading is great. A spoiler review of The Last Jedi, and obviously, who knew that Yoda would actually play a part in it? But I will get to that later. First, I'm going to talk about the overall, like, plot and the cinematography, which was really amazing. I feel like in a way it was completely different than the previous 7 films, because like I said in my previous review, I did the marathon, so it's just like comparing it all, and it's like, oh, okay. Like the way Ryan did the he would have like those silent shots where it was just like the action. Like, let's talk about the light speed shot with when Holdo literally put the fleet into the First Order ship. That was so badass, and oh my god, that was also so tear-jerking. But like the way that it was filmed and shown, like where it was all silent, I really liked that, how it was set up like that, because you haven't seen that in previous Star Wars films, so it's like, okay. Oh my god. The plot, it was an overall really good plot. Personally, I think you need to like watch it more than once, because there's just so much going on. Like, you can't pay attention to everything. So the second time around, I was like, oh, okay, like this makes like not more sense, but the way that the plot was set up is like better described, if you know what I mean, like more detailed. Like with the Rose and Finn, when I saw the first time, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But the second time, I was like really invested in it, like, oh no, I don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, are they gonna get the code breaker? Spoiler, they don't. The guy ends up being like, I'm like gonna do this for myself. I'm just gonna get money. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Little South Park reference. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like different characters now. Let's talk about Leia. Okay, whenever she would show up, I just wanted to bawl my eyes out. To be honest, I was silently crying in the theater because I didn't want to like make anyone look at me, because like, oh, there's this crazy girl just crying in the theater. Like, what the hell is she doing? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the director said he didn't really like alter anything, even like with like the passing of Carrie, which was really sad. So it's especially sad to know that like the third film was gonna be like for Leia, and it's like, hopefully they can still make it like that, that's still like for her, even though like obviously like nothing new can be shot or anything, but you never know if they could like reuse old footage or anything like that. But we all know she's force sensitive, but they never really like showed her doing anything other than like communicating like with Luke, kind of like the force like connection and all. So when like the ship was blown up, I was just like, it's just literally like right at the beginning this is happening. Luckily it didn't, and when she was like force pulling herself to the ship, I was like, this is actually happening, you know, Leia's actually like kind of using the force other than like connecting to Luke only. It's like, yes. And then when Kylo was like just, he couldn't like press the button, I know how in the trailers people are like, oh, you know what, it's not Kylo pressing the button on Leia, because it's like, kill the past if you have to. But it was. But obviously he didn't do it. Some other person did, and he was like, okay, I guess that happened. I also really liked how they were transitioning from Kylo's face to Leia's face to Kylo and then back to Leia. that was really nice to see. I also loved how like Carrie's daughter Billy had like a bigger part in this, and it's just so sweet to see them like on screen together, like whenever they would talk to each other in the movie. That was just, it was really heartwarming and stuff. I know this is like the whole Ewok situation all over again. I personally love the porgs, the whole Chewbacca like about to eat a porg, and then the porgs are just like, how could you, you monster? This is not how the circle of life goes. Like, no thank you. It was so adorable. They're just like so funny. I still don't get how people hate Ewoks, but you never know. Harrison Ford didn't like the Ewoks, so you either love them, you hate them, or you're like, eh, whatever. They're just birds. We don't really care, you know? So I don't want to talk about like Luke, Rey, or Kylo before I discuss this scene. So the whole Yoda thing, that was really unexpected. When they first showed his face, I don't know why, but when it was like the far away shot, he kind of looked a little bit odd. I'm so glad it wasn't like the prequel CGI Yoda. I'm not saying that Yoda was bad, but it wasn't like, you know, the Yoda like you grew up with or like first watched. So it was, he was still Yoda. He still got his humor, his sense of humor whenever he was giggling. But whenever they were doing the close-up, then he looked like his regular Yoda self. And when he like, Luke was like, you know what, I can't burn these books. And then Yoda's like, I'm gonna do it. Lightning. Yeah, I was like, oh damn, Yoda, okay. You are not here to play around. You are here to like make sure Luke knows what he's doing. And they didn't even like burn the books at the end of the movie. Literally, like, I didn't notice in the first one, and then like I read online about it, so I like was waiting during the end to see if I could notice it. I thought I missed it, but it's kind of like a, as they said, like a blink and you'll miss it moment. It's like in the drawers, and like Finn's pulling out the drawers and you can see the books, and it's like, oh Rey, ooh, Luke's gonna be mad at you, but not really, because he's, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, nice segue. Let's talk about Luke. So oh my god, that final battle scene, that was so badass. It was like, oh yeah, I'm not actually there, but like even though he was not actually there, he probably, obviously he still suffered. Like, even if it's like you're not actually like cut in half with the lightsaber and stuff, that's still a lot of like power you need to use. And then in the end he like pulled an Obi-Wan and like literally just, well, pulled a just regular like Jedi move and just disappeared, and then leaving his cloak only to be blown away. It was so sad though, how they ended when the two suns, I think, were coming up, and it's like the binary sunset in A New Hope on Tatooine, when I believe it was after Owen and Beru were like killed, set on fire and stuff. So it was just nice seeing that, you know, and I really hope he still plays like a huge part, you know, in the third one, because even though she's a Force ghost, Ben was a Force ghost, we still got to see Obi-Wan, so I'm hoping for that. And people are like saying that they don't really like how Luke was in this movie, but to be honest, it kind of reminded me of Obi-Wan, like not the Alec Guinness one, but the Ewan McGregor one, because that one, he was just like sassy at different points, and then in this film Luke was just like sassy at different points, like when he threw the lightsaber, the scene when he's telling Rey to reach out and then she's like, oh, I can feel it, and he's just going around with her, it's just like a leaf or something. That was hilarious. You could tell that he still had his like wit and stuff, but obviously if you're secluded for like, I don't know how long it was, maybe just like a decade or something, like there are those, there were the I actually have it here. The caretakers, yeah, like they probably don't really like hold a good conversation, so it's probably like Luke just doing his regular routine. But you know, like if he lost basically like almost everything, obviously if you're gonna go into solitude, you're not gonna be the same old, I just wanted to go to Tosche Station to pick up some power converters Luke that we saw at the very beginning. It's like, it's really nice to see the character development and the change, and obviously he ended up coming and like helping them out. And again, like, I love Mark Hamill. I loved Luke Skywalker as a child, so I'm just hoping he's still there in episode 3. I mean, in episode 9. That'll be great to see. The next cool thing that they did in Star Wars is, we obviously know there's like the Force connection, so like whenever Luke was like, Father, Luke, or it's like Leia, Luke, or something like that, it's obviously like a Force connection, but it's never like that strong. But literally in this movie it's like, oh hey Kylo, oh hey Rey, yeah, I don't really feel like talking to you. Doesn't mean that I want to talk to you, no. That was really interesting to see. And the scene where like they touched hands and then Luke could like see Kylo and he's like, oh hell no, don't you dare do anything, Ben Solo. I'm gonna call your mother and she's gonna come and pick you up and teach you like manners and stuff. But that's really interesting, especially like when Luke like tore the place apart and was like, no. I don't know if it's done, because I don't know if Snoke like made that happen. I feel like he did say that he like ended up having Kylo's like tortured soul, whatever, like between the dark side and the light side, like more visible for Rey to notice it and all, but I don't think he like made that Force connection happen, because like, you know what, we don't even know how strong Snoke is. We know nothing about him, because guess what, he's dead. You know, that scene was really badass when like he was like, oh Rey, Kylo's gonna kill you, and it's like, oh Rey, Kylo actually killed me, never mind. Just, that was badass with the lightsaber all, and the fight scene that Rey and Kylo had together against those guards. They are so talented. I can never do that kind of choreography. I'd be like, okay, I'm tired now, I need like an hour break. But back to what I was saying, I really hope they still have that kind of connection in the third one, because, well, the next one, not third one, even though like I'm just gonna say it's the third one because it's a trilogy, but because, you know, like Rey did like close the Falcon doors, so then there's kind of like the connection was like gone, but it doesn't mean that it's gone for good, so we just gotta wait for that. Now the whole Rey thing, Rey is a badass, come on, and oh my god, I was the person who didn't want her to be really related to any of the popular Star Wars characters. Like the only one I kind of thought would be okay was if she was related to Obi-Wan, but I didn't want her to be Luke's daughter. I was like, that's too obvious. I didn't want her to be Han and Leia's daughter, like, no. And honestly, I'm okay if this is actually true. Some people think that Kylo could have been lying, because, come on, it's Kylo Ren. If he's lying, why would you be surprised? But like, with how they were just a bunch of nobodies, I think that's really interesting though. It's like really like a, you know, you guys all thought that was gonna be like some huge reveal, but it's like, no, like who cares about that? We're focusing on Rey. Like, why does that have to matter? You know, like she's still this powerful like Force user. So yeah, that's really interesting. I'm trying to think about any other like Kylo and Rey scenes. or just like separate scenes that they had, just both actors were really amazing. And whenever Adam was on screen, I was just like, no big deal, no big deal. I met him, you know, totally not freaking out whenever he's speaking, because I'm like, you know, saw him in real life. He said like something to me, I don't know, for a few seconds. I completely forgot it, to be honest, because I was just too starstruck. But yeah, moving on. One thing that I have to say is the whole multiple Rey scene, like the mirror scene, that was so amazing. The way that was filmed, it was really great. See, that's the thing I really like about The Last Jedi. There's just so many aspects of it that are like so different than all the previous films, and people are just like, oh, The Force Awakens was too much like A New Hope. And now they're like, oh, The Last Jedi is nothing like Star Wars. But like, I feel like for Star Wars, it's just like a main idea, but then you have to like grow on that. You need to build on, or else like, you know, if they kept the same thing for A New Hope, for The Empire, and Return of the Jedi, like, we wouldn't have gotten those two amazing films. So, you know, you just gotta relax, you know. We got JJ now for the final movie in this trilogy, so I'm excited to see how he's gonna like take all these like climax points and see how he like works around it and with it. So yeah, the final thing that I have to say is it happened in the first film and it happened again. Captain Phasma was wasted, in my opinion. Like, this year I started watching Game of Thrones, so I was just like, oh my god, Gwendolyn is such a badass, and like, you have this amazing actress, and then it's like, they kind of like brought a little bit badassness in this movie to her, but she was literally only on there for like, what, 5-10 minutes max, and then it's like, okay, so you're gonna lose to Finn, and then we're gonna kill you. Is that good? Okay, good. And then Snoke, we literally know nothing about him. Honestly, I really wanted to know, like, who he is. He's probably not Darth Plague. I can't even say that. Plagueis, definitely not, because, like, he was killed. But, yeah, like, was he not this powerful, like, Sith Lord or anything like that? Apparently not, because, Kylo Ren killed you and stuff, so, yeah, maybe they're gonna go into that in the third movie. I'm really hoping so, because, like, Andy Serkis is, like, a great actor, and he's great with, like, the motion capture, so I feel like there's this opportunity, and they needed to take it, but they didn't, like, take Snoke to his full potential, and there's probably like a lot more. So yeah, that was kind of like sad to see. The final thing, the first time I saw it, I wasn't like that happy about it, but now I'm like, okay, you know what, it's actually like pretty good. The way they ended the movie, they have always ended it on like the main cast, like, or like half of the main cast, or like some people from the main like cast group of characters together and stuff. And like this movie, like they kind of did it, but then they went on to like those kids back on like the casino planet, and it's like, oh, okay, that kid is force sensitive, yeah, but I kind of wanted to see it end on the previous shot. But thinking about it now, it was still interesting because it shows how they're like raised, like how Luke said he's not the last Jedi, although like originally he kind of was, but it's like, no, you know, there's gonna be like this whole new group of force sensitive users and stuff, and like, I don't get why people are like, you need to have like Jedi parents or something to be like able to use the Force, or like to be a Jedi or stuff. That character from Rogue One, I forgot his name, who was blind, he was like, let's be real, he was force sensitive. He definitely could have been a Jedi. And do you think he was like, had Jedi parents or anything like that? No, like, I don't get why some people are just complaining about it. overall, like, no film is perfect. No film is gonna have everyone love it. So you're gonna have haters, you're gonna have lovers. And I love this film. This is definitely not the last time I'm watching it because, come on. I'm just like, we're gonna have to wait 2 more years for the next movie. I'm pretty sure the Han Solo movie comes out next year, but to be honest, I'm not really excited for that. I still feel like they should have casted like Anthony, I think, in Gruber, because he was like perfect young Harrison Ford. But you know what? That's it. I got my, again, Kylo Ren with me. My amazing Luke Skywalker. Because come on, Luke Skywalker was amazing. And then my Rey. I still like her 3 buns hairstyle more than this new one. So hopefully, I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to move it over here. And now you can't see Kylo. I'm just going to do that. So hopefully you like this review. If you liked it, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to the button below. Comment down what your favorite scene was. And do or do not. There is no try. Unlimited power. Right. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as Father and Son. But what are you doing? I'm pretty sure the Han Solo movie comes out. Okay. Just give me like 2 minutes so then you can watch it off. Ollie, you're really loud. Ollie, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty